greatness, it's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars, and the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that.
I want to be a race car driver someday. It's a great sport. It's all I've ever known, racing.
You see Amanda Sherman slowly creeping in. And the 44 gives a bump to the 86. The 86 retaliates. I love it. And Amanda Sherman just drives off with a big old smile on her face. Meanwhile,
the manor, boys.
Unbelievable.
Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
We got kicked out of biology for playing with matchbox cars. Who's retarded now?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shop Talk Live, episode number 20. I can't believe we made it to 20 already, and it's Five Kings night here on Shop Talk. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Great, man. Great.
Pretty good. It's good to be back here as, well, we're both returning guests.
Yep. Good to be back. Good to be back.
And
Coming back.
today's a big day here in the shop. That's why Bockover didn't show up at all. He didn't want to see this, but Terry Foster broke the seal and got his first banner of the season at Pocono, number 17th at Pocono. Woo!
Look up here above Michael's head. Hell yeah, baby.
Congrats, Terry.
Thank you. And you know what? I'm glad I got it, but I felt bad for the three of you guys. I mean, what a hell of a mess that was. But we'll get into that and more, I'm sure of. We'll get through the points later. We'll get talking to Tanner about his race a little bit last night, his whole 2 laps he got to play, and talk with Mike a little bit. He got to watch the race, and let's give his insight. Why am I hearing somebody else out here? Somebody got their button pushed or something? Anyway, but we'll talk to Michael about what he's seeing in the races, because he's been paying attention to everything so far this year.
Oh, yeah.
So, where you guys want to start at there, Corey, Amanda? Where you guys want to start?
I guess we'll start with your 17th finish, Terry.
Okay.
Let's get right into the juicy stuff.
Right to it. So, turn 2, there was a big old accident. I don't think I got caught up in that one. It was the next one I got caught up in, and just tore my car out of hell. Which then I think Amanda, you got tore up in the first one. Corey and Aaron got tore up in the second one. Tanner, I believe you got tore up in the first one. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
I have a clip.
Oh, okay. Let's see that clip. Show that beautiful beam footage.
You see that cotton candy car had hard left.
I'm seeing under
Started
contract.
with a 28, but 28
Oh,
by
28?
Canada.
All right, well, let's go back and take these.
So I've yet to see what transpired to start it out. I
28's
just
Mike
know
Hamlin.
Hamlin got sideways. I tried to dodge him. Mayhem. Let's see after that.
Oh, Hamlin gets together with the 55. He goes around.
Get back.
Oh, the Ford gets in. Oh, my goodness.
So, what
that's not how you want to start this one.
I was on the brakes, not to
Tanner,
didn't know
Meyer,
that.
he's
And
a
Amanda, I think
modified
you
out
was
there.
right behind me. I think you hit your brakes to avoid me.
All
Then
right.
you just got collected.
Barely tapped I slowed down. I let off. I barely tapped them a little bit. I saw a little opening. I was going to go right through it, and then I didn't even know it was coming, but just started spinning. I got clipped on the outside and spun around and took a nasty header into the inside wall.
But this ain't about you right now. It's about my
I was
17th place
just saying.
banner. So, I'm just kidding. So, I mean, again, all 3 TNA cars basically destroyed for the night. I think Amanda got out. I don't know how many laps you were down, Amanda. 34 or 35, I think.
I was down, I think, initially 11 and then dropped out around 70.
So I was able to keep my car going through the whole race, where I ended up only 2 laps or 3 laps down by the end. So I was able to get a banner finally, man. I mean, it's been a long dry spell for the 86 team.
Yeah,
so.
it has.
Hey, you know what? We got one for the year. I'm okay with that. So I'm
Been a
gonna
long
move.
time coming.
Well, I'm gonna move up into Tanner. I tell you what, Tanner, we'll get to you here in a minute. Let's go over to Amanda. Amanda, talk about your race last night.
I was
The
super.
first 2 laps.
Yeah, I was super excited for it. I practiced legit for almost 5 hours yesterday. I was awful at Pocono the first time I ran it in the Wednesday league, so I put a lot of effort into preparing for it. Learned how to do adjustments myself, and it just couldn't get out of that wreck. Terrible damage that it didn't fix in the 12 minutes of repairs. I couldn't break 160 miles an hour. Just tried to stay out of everybody's way, pulled into the pits, and just pulled right through if I was in the middle of the pack or even with a couple cars behind me, so I didn't hold anybody up on restarts. And then the engine blew around lap 70. I had like 34 minutes of repairs. So I just sat there. I jumped into their cockpits to everybody else on the team and just took some pointers from that. But yeah, lack of a better phrase, it sucked.
Yeah, it definitely did for the A team last night. I mean, again, I was in there for some of the practice you was in there with and with Corey and Aaron. It just, again, you had a fast car. You was faster than me even in the practices. It's like, man, I felt bad for you. Well, again, Corey and Aaron too. So it's kind of sucked all the way around for the TNA drivers last night. I mean, yeah, I got a 17th, but man, a top 15, I would have liked to have that without the laps down, but it is what it is. So, Corey, let's talk about that 3 team, buddy. What'd you guys do last night?
I have a clip.
Going it alone on the inside lane. Going to try and get side by side with the 09 of Miller. Miller cuts the nose off.
And you guys are racing hard right here, too, man.
Oh, Corey Sherman, hard in the wall. Oh, big time problems. Lots of cars involved. Too many to count.
4 TNA guys.
Yeah, that's what I said before we went live. That's a parking lot there.
That just took every single member of TNA.
And 4, you got yours moving pretty good
in trouble.
But Terry, you look like you escaped with, damage, obviously, but
I did.
It could have been worse, obviously.
I thought I was going to end up being like Amanda and Corey, actually, and Aaron, lose my motor. My motor never gave up. I did lose about 5 to 10% horsepower, but it is what it is. But Corey, talk about that with the wreck here, buddy.
Yeah, it just pushed up a little bit, and it was fun being up front for a while, and then, yeah, it just pushed up a little bit, and I caught the front of Ty and ran into the wall right in front of everybody. So, had 32 minutes of repairs, got her out, finished 20th, got me a top 20.
And if I'm not mistaken, you 4 guys that was in that little group right there, you guys was racing pretty hard for a couple turns before that happened, right?
Oh, yeah, I think it was 4 or 5 laps we were racing pretty hard on that restart. And yeah, it was fun up there racing with those guys, and I was up there racing Jamie too at one point, and I think Taylor was behind me, and yeah, that was good too. But could have won a stage, but fell 1 lap short.
Well, Tanner,
I don't even want to talk about it. I mean,
your turn, buddy.
We had a really busy week last week. For those that don't know, we promoted Big Money Tour Modified race on Saturday. So we flew into Pocono kind of blind, didn't practice very much. Got on the track yesterday before we had to go run some errands for the family, and wasn't liking it at all. So I was like, I'm just going to step away. We'll come back during the race practice and see what happens then. And felt better, but went out there and laid a fat egg qualifying. So I knew we had an uphill battle. So when we're riding in that pack, I'm just chilling at that point, just waiting for everybody to kind of sort it out and then get in where you fit in. And next thing I know, I see Hamlin just 90 degrees sideways looking at the inside wall. In my head, I'm trying to scoot by. And there was about halfway there. By the time I cleared the distance between me and him, I knew it was done. It was done deal. There wasn't no missing him. Didn't practice much. Mark, always. But So we went in and got it fixed, got the damage fixed, came back out on the out lap, trying to catch up with the pack. Noticed my temps were getting a little bit high, and before I could even slow down, kaboom, she went. And that's all she wrote.
Yeah, Tanner, your fastest lap last night was 1 minute 1 second. So yeah, you were flying out there.
Yeah, man.
The fastest lap of the night was 54.9 seconds.
There we go.
If it makes you feel better, I think I was at 59 and changed for my fastest lap. That was, I think, lap 3.
It was ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I've never left a BPL race mad before. Like, I was legit mad last night. That's why I sit there and watched my teammates for a little bit, was hearing them chatter back and forth. I was going to stick around and help them. And then they took the restart, and I was like, no, dude, I'm out of here. I'm out. This is stupid. Like, I'm not sitting there for 55 minutes, 40 minutes, ever how long it was. I was like, my loyalty does not.
Got to put an R in there.
Right. It went out with the motor last night, you know? So I was done. I was done after that.
So just real quick, I want to ask Amanda a question. Tanner said he saw his car was overheating. He's seen it. Did yours, Amanda, give any sign of overheating on you and ready to go?
No, with the gauges, I kept looking down. Everything was fine, but she sounded like hell. And when I was trying to, I said during TeamSpeak, I didn't have to brake at all, so I knew that wasn't going to be good when I'm just full bore every corner. I didn't even have to let off practically, but she didn't sound good, so I just was waiting for it. But there was no other signs in that.
Okay. But Tanner, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. But
that
was in my head, and I wanted to ask her that question. Corey, your engine blew also, right?
Yeah, when I took out the field.
Never mind then. Never mind.
I want to give a shout out to my boy Dave Seats that's tuning in. He got the second most bonus points and finished 12th. So yeah, he was doing something right last night. Good job,
Nice.
Dave.
Those bonus points help. They add up.
Yes, sir, it does. It does. And I made Fred my I'll be nice. Live
Chris,
right
stop putting your OnlyFans page links up.
Wow, Chris, come on now. So, Michael, let's go with you now. So you watched last night's race. Give us your insight of what you got to see.
Well, like I said, I watch you guys every week, so I was pretty bummed. Like I said, there's certain guys obviously that I watch and root for, and Tanner being one of them. And when lap 1 happened or lap 2, I was like, it's like I was watching it and I just kind of saw his car just boom, and I was like, oh. So so you kind of you feel bad for that and everything, and I don't know, it's just Pocono is just kind of boring sometimes, so I almost never do this, but I probably stepped away from it for about 45 minutes and then caught about the last 10 laps or so. But I don't know. I really don't.
I'm sure Tanner and Michael, I'm sure you guys both read the write-ups I put out every week. Last week, I kind of said some stuff that I was questioning on about being a shit show. I think it was my race I was talking about being a shit show, and it was. Last week's race wasn't really all that horrible. But this week's race, man, I don't know if we all forgot how to drive or we were in a hurry to get to the front.
I have a clip.
Okay, go ahead, Corey.
Oh, Terry.
Oh,
Gets
shit.
into McAvoy gets
You
into
guys
44.
fucked Sam over so many
So if
times
those
last night.
cars
What were you
weren't
just saying,
done
Terry?
before,
They
Hold on, probably
if you
are
read
now.
my write-up. I
Looks like
admitted
Terry's
that,
there, though.
that little
Yeah,
part there. And also, you guys heard me in TeamSpeak. I know that's my fault.
Terry can be
I wanna
called a
wait
lot of
for Wells
things,
to
but
see
good?
who I
I
got
don't know.
involved with.
That's a
Apologize.
stretch.
And I
Oh,
did
Terry's
apologize
car.
for everything
Oh, okay.
over the air. So, yeah, that sucked for me and who was that?
What's up, Phil?
McAvoy or something like that.
One of them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know which one because
Right, yeah.
Mark didn't know either, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I just think some of the guys forgot how to drive last night, and I don't think Indianapolis, if we don't straighten up by Indianapolis, I'm afraid we may have another show just like we had last night. And I really don't want that for Blazing Pedals, as you guys all know.
I think a little bit of what happened in the back was people, and like, you know, I'm one of the least experienced here, but it's one of those you don't win a race on the second lap. Like, chill out, like Tanner said, find your spot. You got 88 more laps to go. Just chill out for a second and get in line.
So
Yeah,
how many?
you know, it did have one of the more fun endings. You know, like the last like 3 or 4 laps were really fun to watch for sure. And
So
I guess that's what I was trying to find in my mind when I was saying I don't know. Because I'm like, there was something I wanted to say. Like, yeah, the ending, like Dalton chasing at the very end, that was from a spectator standpoint, that was actually a good time to watch. And like I said, he was catching them out of 3, and I was like, or like right into the middle of 3, and I'm like, oh my god, he might actually get him. And then, you know, who was it that got second? Was it Miller?
Miller, yeah, ran out of gas.
Yeah, and he ran out of gas, and Dalton kind of had to jump up around him real quick. And I was like, holy shit, that, you know, like I said, it's kind of a cool finish, you know?
Sitting in the pits, I was jumping back and forth from the different in cars at TNA, and I jumped in the Jamie Walkers because I wanted to see. And I saw him driving like a bat out of hell. He came off pit road when he fueled up, and he was almost sideways coming past the blue cone, and he came so close with that ass end tucking up to the outside wall. I was like, holy shit, I've never seen him like actually driving like that. So that was very entertaining. And I think he went from 13th to 10th. Just everybody was balls to the wall at the end. And again, I feel like that's why some of those wrecks happened unnecessarily, because the people were driving earlier in the race like that.
Yeah, I think sometimes like a little bit of the mindset too is there's been a lot of attrition, and it might be a good chance to run a little bit extra aggressive and get up there too, you know. Where, you know, some guys maybe that normally wouldn't might actually have a shot to get up there a little bit. So I mean, that's just kind of how I see it, you know.
So
I'm not there, you know.
If you guys looked at the replay at the end there where Dalton had to move up to the right to get around Miller, a lot of question got brought up if Miller was trying to wreck Dalton. So at the end of it, we all got in Discord, and Mark kept playing it over and over and over. He gave us different views and everything of this, and not once did Miller try to take out Dalton. And
I didn't see
a bunch of people's opinion, because you see this car move up to the
he lost
power. He moved up,
right?
So
he lost power. His car probably did something weird right there.
So
you
I
know?
want to end that right now. He was not trying to take out Dalton at any point.
I think if he wanted to take him out, he would have. You know, like
I wouldn't have let him got that far.
If he wanted to wreck him, he just would have flat out wrecked him. I mean, regardless.
I think when you're probably driving as hard as he was, just thinking all I have to do is get up halfway up this straightaway and I'm there, and then all of a sudden you just lose power. Like I said, you have a lot of things going on at once, and the car could have just, because it lost power, just moved a little differently than what he was anticipating, and it might have just kind of looked that way. I mean, that's how I would.
And he may have tried to been slowing Dalton down. You know, he could have been, and he wouldn't be wrong for that. But I don't think he was trying to wreck him.
I didn't see anything dirty in it. I mean, I didn't watch it 100 times like a lot of people, but I mean, I watched it live. I didn't think anything of it.
So I want to say, Terry, I read your write up, but I can't remember how many cautions did we have last night?
We had a total of 7. That's counting our 2 stages, so 5.
Okay, and now
five caused.
I want to say this. I raced, and Michael can tell you, Five Kings were very, very active about 4 out of the 7 nights a week in other leagues, right? Man, if we ran a race like that at Pocono and only had 5 cautions, we'd be ecstatic. And I'm being honest here. That's what puts Blazing Pedals. That's what puts it up on the pedestal. Because
considers that a shit show.
Exactly. Y'all have 5 cautions, and it's like y'all have a race with 5 cautions. You're like, all right, damn it, we got to straighten this up now.
Yeah.
You know? And that's, I mean, there's a lot of leagues, dude. They have 5 cautions. They're hugs and kisses at the end of the race.
Yeah, that's, and I guess because I guess Mark instills to us that we hold ourselves in a higher standard than a lot of other places, and I am a firm believer. What the fuck's so funny, Corey?
Ty said the guy in the middle sucks.
Oh, that's got to be Corey.
Still holding.
I don't know what you talk about, Ty.
But I feel that with the admin group we have, the ownership we have, the drivers we have, I feel we can hold ourselves to that higher standard.
Sure, you do. I mean, y'all do.
That 5 cautions on a, I don't know if Pocono is actually considered a super speedway, but that was uncalled for.
That's one of the reasons, not to interrupt real quick, but
Yeah,
I didn't key up when I was extremely frustrated with that second lap caution, because that doesn't seem to happen like that often. And I was mad at the moment. I knew it wasn't intentional. I was extremely happy to see, Josh Rutherford get into the third place finish. Like, he deserves it. He works really hard when he's practicing and racing. So I was happy for that, but I didn't key up because I didn't want everybody else to feel shitty that I was pissed off. Tanner, you didn't really say anything either.
I do it. I went stone cold.
Exactly, because it doesn't happen often, and I didn't want to ruin anybody's morale with my frustration. And I was actually kind of happy to get back out on the track, but then it blew anyways. But I still enjoyed it, I guess.
I was more mad when my motor blew because Mark's always giving me crap. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put around here at 120 and I'm gonna finish this race out. And then it let go in the back straight. I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. I'm not sitting here another 30 minutes to get it fixed. Like, Mark, you win tonight. We'll try again another time.
Yeah, I think another thing with Pocono too is I think a lot of tracks, if there was 5 cautions, you might, in like sort of like what Tanner was saying, but I think in a lot of tracks, if there was 5 cautions, you wouldn't think maybe as much about it even. But at Pocono, every caution is like 7 minutes of like driving around, like 55.
Right.
And it's such a big track that it just becomes so much more of a bummer. It's more amplified. Like if you're at a track like, I don't know, Richmond or something, and you had 5 cautions, you'd be like, whatever. We need to be a little better. But at the same time, it's like at Pocono, it just drags. It just drags.
It's great for smokers.
Right.
It was for me.
I wouldn't know, but right. Yeah.
A bag of taffy pop open. And...
I'm sure so many bags of taffy were gone through last night.
I think I ate maybe 2 pieces during the cautions, but
I
got a new car idea for Taylor.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do you?
Uh-oh. Terry, I said I thought I heard candy being unwrapped during the race. I thought you were opening taffy.
I did, probably. I think I opened up maybe 3 pieces, 2 to 3 pieces total. I mean, it's right here. It's right here next to me, open. So.
And Derek, yes, from your earlier comment, we should do a shop talk after dark, watching Ty race NASCAR 2003, because that was fun as hell the other night. Plus, I was a little drunk when I was watching it, so it made it even more fun.
See, my girlfriend made it in.
I believe I had NASCAR 2002 back in the day for OG Xbox.
Yeah, he was streaming and playing off an emulator, and I think the pit stall, we were all watching it. We were doing a little commentating.
So I want to go through a couple things here, Corey, if you don't mind. I do mind. Point. Too fucking bad. I want to go over points real quick.
Oh, I got those.
Go ahead, pull them up. Pull up what you got. So Corey, you didn't move. You did not move a spot. You stayed in 10th.
Yeah, Rick gained on me a little bit.
Where is the other one I'm hunting for? Because it's in red. Amanda, you didn't move. You're still in 20th.
Consistency.
Aaron Bockover, check us out. He minus 5 spots last night.
Don't laugh at him.
I'm not laughing at him because I actually got to say something about him here in a little bit. Aaron
he doesn't show up to shop talk when he drives bad.
Right. And yours truly, I moved up 2 spots to 31st. Finally, I got past Fred, and I'm tied with Hank Caston. If he ever comes back, I'm screwed.
When's the last time you raced?
Do what?
When's the last time Hank raced?
Hank raced April 18th at Texas.
So if you look at this, since Sonoma, I went from, it was either 12th or 13th down to 18th. I got I got 1 point at Sonoma. One, correct, one. And then I don't know what I got last night.
Where the hell are you at? There you are. So you dropped 3 spots, Tanner, down to 17.
You got.
And you're tied with Ian Habiak right now at 17th spot.
You got 11 points last night, Tanner.
Yes, more than one. Oh, you have to excuse me while my fiance makes a bunch of noise.
That's all right.
I don't know what she knocked over right now.
But anyway, what I was saying about Aaron. Oh, you got something else about points scored?
Oh no, you read that? There you go.
Okay. So.
Oh, that Amanda's ahead of Aaron. Yes.
Oh yes, Amanda is ahead of Aaron.
I gave it to him last week. For 1 week, he was allowed to be ahead of me in both leagues.
I'm waiting for a big FU come up here on the chat. So.
Oh, Fred's gonna be back Wednesday. Everybody look out.
So I jumped out of a practice last night. I was pissed at myself. Aaron sent me a message asking what the hell the problem was, and I told him I just can't get the car. I had no clue how to turn this car to get it to move. After a while, him and Corey, I think Amanda might have even chimed in to try different things. I went into the race, tried those during practice, and it helped a shit ton for me. So now here's the catcher. At lap 12 is when I realized I wasn't running the way you guys told me to. Then I was like, what shit, I forgot about doing that. So I started running that way and I started running better. So, but I want to thank all 3 of you guys for helping me out with this car last night. I couldn't figure the damn thing out. So
yeah, that's what we kept telling you. We're like, that's why we have teams there, Terry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we kind of messed around in it late Saturday night. Sexton and Tanner for a few minutes, and I liked the Xfinity there a whole lot better than I liked the ARCA car for sure. I mean,
I don't know. I was a big fan of the ARCA car.
I agree. The ARCA car was awful. You were in the Pocono race for ASRL, right, Michael?
Yeah, I was Poconoing around in the back. Yeah.
What are you talking about when I finished 3rd? It was awesome.
The race was brutal in the ARCA car. That's why I practiced so much yesterday. I was so miserable from that Wednesday race that we did in there. So I was like, you know what? It's a different car. I'm just going to do a clean slate with it. And yeah, that was awful in the ARCA car.
Yeah.
But, so, go ahead. I'll say it here in a minute. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Oh, so Dave Seats, that was my problem. I wasn't turning the wheel enough left to get around these turns. And then Corey or Amanda or somebody, I think it was Aaron, maybe, hell, who knows. But that's when I realized, hell, I can turn this. Because at a tire run, I was still in the low 90s while these guys are in the, high, mid 80s. It's like, they're asking me, how in the hell am I saving that much tire? Well, I wasn't turning the fucking steering wheel. That's how I saved my tire, obviously. So, but after that, I started using my tires up real good. I started getting around the track.
Yep. It felt to me, too, like you, like I was discussing it with Josh Saturday night, too, is you kind of had to trust it and about halfway through the turn that you're just going to, it didn't look like you were going to be okay. It looked like you were going to slide right up into the wall. But if you just trusted it, it actually exited so nice, so.
It did.
Mark did a good job on it, like, for usual.
No, yeah, I love that setup last night.
Mark, you got to understand, I was barely, you can't see my wheel. I was barely moving.
It's in front of you. We can see it.
Yeah, but you can't see it. You can't see it turn. Oh, maybe you can.
A little.
A little. So I wasn't turning enough, Mark, is what I'm saying. I was backing off way too soon. I wasn't turning the wheel enough, and I was just losing all kinds of speed. So once I started turning the wheel just a little more, it gave me more speed, and I felt better because I was happy. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I loved the setup last night because I do like Pocono, and I like Indy too. I like the ones where because I'm a let off early kind of guy and get the speed off the corners, and yeah, those are the two best tracks for that.
No, Mark, I was never 45 degrees. I don't know about Tanner or Amanda or Corey. I was never 45 degrees.
I never got time to get there.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was last night, to be honest.
That sucks. But what
So
else did I have? Go ahead.
What do you got? You got anything?
I'm looking. If you guys got something, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna get into the Five Kings stuff.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go there.
Oh, okay. So Tanner and Michael, yeah, he's got that Five King shirt. I wonder who made that for you. It's so nice.
Who did that? Who
No
made that?
sleeves. No sleeves even.
No sleeves.
But like, yeah. Oh, did Bach over it up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, we don't even need Bach over. We got Tanner.
Right.
All right.
I'm subbing tonight.
He Kentuckied it.
So I know Michael was there from the beginning. He's not one of the founding members of Five Kings, but yeah, why don't you recap everybody how you guys got started and all that? And I know you guys have been blowing up. You got some pretty sweet sponsorships going on now. So why don't you let everybody know about that?
Yeah, go ahead, Tanner.
You know, it started out no different than I guess everybody else's teams that's ever formed on iRacing. You get on there, you get in a league together, you just turn laps after laps after laps together, and then turning laps turned into a group text. That group text turned into a team, and I mean, like the whole name Five Kings came from. We were in a group text, and somebody said, "Let's just put a name on it." And I mean, I don't want to like take the credit, but I was like, Five Kings because there were 5 of us at the time, and now Terry made a joke. There's 55 of us, but we'll get into that too. But
55 Kings. Yep.
it started out as 5 original people. It was never supposed to be anything more than that. Just a group of buddies, you know. And then it just started gaining a little bit of traction, a little bit more, you know. And it's still small. It ain't nothing now, you know. But we work at it every single day. I put a lot of time in it. Everybody puts a lot of time in it because they want it to be something. And I'm as passionate about it as I am probably anything in my life, honestly. Like I can't tell you how much time goes into sitting right here, whether it's emailing somebody, talking to somebody, or just talking to the guys, talking to Michael. Michael for a long time, even though he wasn't a founding member, he knew more about Five Kings than maybe some of the other founding members did. Because he was like my confidant. I would go talk to him when things were
calm down and things like that.
Right. When things were bad, you know, if sponsors would tell me the worst thing. And then when we started getting sponsors actually sent us free stuff all the time, like $1,400 worth of butt kickers. That's when I was like, oh, hold on, wait, we're doing something right here, you know? And now granted, during that time, everybody was getting butt kickers. But the fact that me and Andrew, I mean, I just talked to him today through email, you know, like he checks up on us constantly. He promotes us like crazy. And that helps. That's tremendous. But just, I don't know, man. It's crazy. And then 5 people turned into a little bit more. And then that turned into a little bit more. But like I tell everybody, the reaction whenever I ask somebody, hey, do you want to be on Five Kings? The reaction that they're like, are you serious? Like, really? That's like, it tells me they want to be there. You know, like, that's what they want. And it's like, I don't care if we have 35 people. If you want to be here, you can be here. Especially if everybody wants you here, you know? And that's, I made a post one day. I was like, yeah, we have 14 members right now. I hope we have 140 this time next year when this pops up as a memory. And I truly, honest to God, mean that. I mean that.
No, I know we joke about it a lot. Maybe not. I think we do say something to you occasionally, Tanner, about the 55 Kings.
Oh, yeah, everybody does.
It's all in fun. I hope you never take it to heart. I mean,
I used to.
Yeah, there ain't no reason to, man. It's a great organization you got going on there, the way it sounds. I've personally never been invited, but that's okay, buddy. I understand why.
It's okay, Tanner. We tell Terry he's good.
No, man, I'm just joking. But unfortunately, I don't get to watch you guys race because of my job schedule. And
we're a short track team. I mean, that's our bread and butter, and that's
Okay.
that's all. That's why when BPL goes short tracks, we run a lot better. Myself. Now, Joshua Sexton's gotten a lot better at the NASCAR style tracks. He's actually making me look really stupid here lately. But I mean, I love racing on short tracks.
Yeah,
Well,
I do want to get in one of your modified races. Those I want to run those. Those I've done them a couple times, but not a lot. But those are fun as hell.
Well,
I
they're
think,
fun.
I think we had like a $400 pot on Saturday. Pretty big pot.
Yeah.
And then when we did the Butt Kicker 250, it was like a $1,200 pot. That race just started out as me promoting it, like just myself, and it got too big too fast. Cause I started getting worried when the money really started getting up there with just myself promoting it, And then we brought other people on board to help put their hands on it too, and that thing exploded. And I don't know how. I don't know what we did so right that time, and we tried to do it this time, but I'm
It
glad
just
it didn't get
started
that big.
snowballing. Yeah.
Right.
You do a great job on like Facebook and social media as well. There's consistent pop-ups on the timelines. Your posts are very eye-catching and eye-appealing. It grabs my attention all the time. Very good with your social media pages.
And that's so there's only a few people that can post, and when we first started posting, I was not nearly as strict. I don't want to say like I'm strict because everybody knows. I mean, post whatever, but keep it PG friendly. And we have a template on our Discord that people can see, and they just go by the template because deep down, I love marketing. That's one of my favorite things. I wish I would have went to college for it because it's just what I like doing. And luckily, Five Kings started getting a little bit of traction, and I find it fun. And so that's just that's my free time at nights. If I'm not turning laps, not with my kids or with my fiance, it's just Five Kings.
So you alluded to something. You said you guys were a short track minded team. I was just looking at the schedule. We got Dover and I think Darlington. And if you want to consider New Hampshire, New Hampshire short track, we still have those 3 races go in the regular season.
We got Bristol coming up, Richmond,
Bristol, Bristol, Richmond. Those all go into our playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm looking back at you're in 17th now. So I mean, there's no reason why you can't break into that top 16, Tanner.
Oh, I should be there. I mean, I'm so disgusted with myself that I'm not there already. Because, like I said, I was Sonoma. I don't know if I don't think it's a PG-13, but like I shit the bed Sonoma.
We're not
completely.
No, not even close.
And then last night, I can't even make it to the first stage. And I was going to stay out there. I was going to try to get any points that I could just by sticking out there, and maybe somebody else would drop out, and then that happened. That's why I take Sundays probably way more serious than I ever should, but it's because there's a lot of talent out there. And like I said, we come from these other leagues where, I mean, Friday nights they got a bounty on us that's up to $50 now because nobody can beat
I saw
us
that.
that run on Friday nights. We've won every race of the season thus far. And then
I'll race Friday night, I guess.
But we come on Sundays, and I mean, even our fastest guys are struggling for top 5s. Our fastest guy, I want to say our fastest guy on the team is probably Pittman, and look where he's at in the points. And now, granted, he gets himself in trouble because he drives.
We got a couple fast new guys here too.
That is true.
Derek
and Dalton. I mean, I wouldn't even think about them. And Dalton,
Taylor. Yep.
Derek's not that fast.
The NASCAR style guys we just brought in, bringing in Dalton, Taylor, and Derek is huge for the team.
Tanner, I don't mean to talk over you, but
you're good. You're good. I can talk all day about it.
When people say, like I said, I think it's gotten to the point where it doesn't bother anybody anymore. But like when people say 55 Kings and stuff like that, it's like, I think sort of like the thought eventually is that you're going to have team members that are short track guys and they're in that type of league. And then you have, your Daltons Dalton can pretty much run anything. And then, you got Derek and Taylor that are, they're very competitive in BPL and anything else that they do. And, if you care about things like sponsorship exposure and stuff like that, it's not just a group of guys that are in 2 leagues and we're saying, hey, invest in us or whatever. We're actually spreading out across the whole platform. And for a little while, we actually had a dirt team. I mean, it didn't go over as well as we wanted it to, but
We tried.
but we tried. And and that was one of the big things, is when Tanner and I were talking about adding, like I said, I've worked with Derek for a long time. Really like the guy, to be honest with you. And I was like, if he wants to join, we should take him. And Taylor, of course, and I mean Dalton's, Dalton's fit in amazingly. So, I think you just kind of have to understand what the concept is. It's not just like I don't. I think that the concept is that we're trying to, eventually spread through so many different, just disciplines. I mean, shoot, we could end up having, like like Dave Seats keeps trying to get guys in GT cars and stuff. We might have, maybe we have 4 or 5 guys that do that. Who cares? And what we're here for is just to support each other and help. It's not about money, or we're not trying, we're just trying to have fun. And I started out painting and stuff, and that's how I met Tanner. He was actually the first guy that I ever said, hey, I will, well, other than Nick, but like Tanner was the first guy that I ever met out of the blue and was like, let me put my logo on your car, I won't charge you. And our relationship just grew from there. And then when he started Five Kings and stuff, I was like, man, I really kind of like this concept. Like he talked to me about it. And I mean, there's just I love the idea, and I'm just blabbing, but I love his idea. I love his vision of, he's even, they're gonna start doing broadcasting on Saturday nights, and you know what I mean. Like he's just kind of dipping our toes and everything, and then hopefully eventually we can find the best guys available to cover those different branches. And I mean, that's sort of the point. And I don't see anybody else doing that, and I don't see a problem with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Question I got for you, Michael, is how does your daughter do faster paint schemes than you?
They are faster. I don't know how.
I mean, I'm F on my car, and I'm fast for a little bit, but Derek's fast all the time.
Well, I know, man. It's those strawberries and that St. Bernard pup on the back.
It's the puppies on the back that gets me. I'm like, I can't hit him.
Too cute. You don't want to pass him.
She had to have that St. Bernard puppy on the back, man. So
it's Beethoven and Airbud. I got behind the other day. I was just talking about Beethoven and Airbud.
Yeah, so, Brad Collins actually ran his a couple weeks ago, and he ran pretty good in it. So, I think
I'm about to have one. I mean, she's about to paint me a car.
Yeah,
we need something.
Making sure the door's shut, but she thinks Derek is literally a NASCAR driver.
Oh, that's
awesome.
cool.
She literally thinks that she's painting a car, because she can't tell the difference between a real race and BPL or whatever. She thinks she's watching NASCAR, and Derek painted her car, or she painted Derek's car.
That's cool.
And it's just, I love how I tell Chris and Rick and Derek, and I can't tell them how much joy they bring to her when they brag it up. It's just the cutest thing in the world. I love it. I love every minute of it.
I don't know if you know this, Terry. I actually made a shirt with Derek's car on it and sent it to Michael for his daughter. So she has a shirt with Derek's car on it.
That's awesome. Cool.
We should pop that up on the store. That'd be funny. See if anybody wants it. But but Derek sent me another link. He won a race on a Saturday night, and he was explaining to the announcer what it was, and he was just drooling over it, and he's zooming in and spinning around it and talking about like every detail of it. So I showed her the next day, and she's just ear to ear, just wide-eyed grinning. I don't know. It's just been a lot of fun. I loved that idea worked out so well. You know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Derek, don't let your head get too big either, pal.
And you can't wreck a car that cute. So like, no matter what he does, you can't get mad at him.
Right.
Just glad I ate the pictures of the driver.
Oh, I can.
Oh, I certainly can. Yep.
Oh, no problem.
Yep. Yeah, I just remember the first race. I'm sorry, but like, Derek was coming to the end, and Chris was like, Derek's about to make Mariel the most famous painter in the world, and it was just so cool. I love those guys, man. Those guys are just so awesome.
Hey, God, Terry, I need to address something real quick because Ty keeps putting in these little comments, and they're starting to get to me now. Ty, you know the worst thing about watching the broadcast is you said you weren't pissed, you were disappointed. I was like, oh man,
that's the worst.
I'm disappointed.
That's what I was thinking when I saw that. I was like, that's like when your dad says, "I'm not mad."
I said that to Amanda too. I'm like, that's the worst thing that fucker could have said.
Right. Hey, listen, Corey, I'm not mad at you. I'm just a little disappointed.
Yeah, I realize, but I'm just disappointed in you, man. So I'm sorry, Ty, that I pushed a little bit into the tunnel turn and took out the entire field.
Turned it into a parking lot.
You know, it happens. It just happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Mark asked the
Be
question.
cool, Ty. Be cool.
I don't know if you guys seen it or not. This goes for everybody who's listening and watching, and for the four of us that's in here right now. It's racing, that is. Sorry, Michael. Mark asked if the setup felt better. His setup felt better than what we was getting at the first part of this season. So, Tanner. Tanner, let's just do this. Mark's been doing the setups for the last 4 or 5 races, maybe in the last 5 races. So, Tanner, you've raced all the setups that Mark's done so far against what we've had. What's your opinion?
I'll break it down like this. Lucas Oil was the worst Xfinity setup I've ever ran in my life. And I think, like, you go back and read the race report, it'll show you, because you had some of the best drivers in BPL self-spinning. Okay. And now I always caveat that to say I won't even mention who was building it, but to their defense, they was not used to building with 50% tape, 50% fuel, right?
Right.
But now fast forward to when Mark started building them, night and day, Terry. I would not take this first half of the season BPL. I wouldn't take one of them setups and run it in official for nothing. Like, say official open was that week, would not run them for nothing. I'd take Mark's set from Pocono, and I hate Pocono, and I would go run it in officials this week. And that's not just because I like Mark, but it's just how it is. I did not like our setups we had before, and I don't think I was the only one.
Okay, Amanda, what's your opinion?
I still don't know a lot about that kind of stuff. I do know that since he's taken it over, I've been more comfortable in the car. And if I'm correct, he does the ASRL ones.
He does.
Yep.
And I feel comfortable when I hop in, even on tracks that I just purchased. Like when I jumped in New Hampshire, I had never run it, and I felt good right away. Even the tracks that I was familiar with when I first got in the league, it definitely feels different and a lot better already.
Yeah, my understanding is Mark is I was just saying, my understanding is Mark is kind of the ARCA master as far as setups.
Mark
the Wednesday ones, I don't even touch the setup. I just jump in and run it. It's amazing.
I hate to even say this out loud because I know he's watching, but Mark builds our Monday night sets, our Tuesday night sets. He's building Wednesday night sets and Sunday night sets, and there's a reason why.
Oh, I'll be
there's
on
a
his
reason why.
ass over that. Thanks for letting me know this. I will be on his ass about this.
I mean, like today, I was turning laps trying to get set up ready for tomorrow. I was in there for about an hour by myself. Mark jumped in, and within 30 minutes, we had something to push out. And what Mark has taught me is you don't have to build something that's going to make you the fastest right there. You got to build something that's going to be good for everybody. everybody. Like, like,
And he does.
and he does, and that's the
He
thing.
says
And
he
Mark,
should build his own shop, and he really should. I've
we
been
we
telling him that forever.
we tried to start that. I told you I would foot the bill. We can start it anytime you want to.
Yep.
So, Corey, your opinion on what we started with is because you and I have been here all year, and we know what Mark has done and what we had. We kind of know the differences. I mean, I'm not trying to put you down, but we do know the difference.
Yeah,
we feel
I'm
the
still
difference in
learning
what
on.
the car's
Yeah.
doing. So, what's your opinion, Corey?
I think they're fucking garbage.
That's what I thought.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. We needed that.
No, I love my Mark. I love my Mark Arthur setups. I love steering the car with the gas and the brake, and he's getting it figured out in the Xfinity cars. He's got it mastered in the ARCA cars. I love running the ASRL with that. But yeah, he's getting it figured out with the Xfinity cars. They're starting to react a lot more like the ARCA cars did, and yeah, I'm excited for the ones coming. Like I said, I loved the Pocono setup. It felt great to me. Just changed a couple little things, and yeah, I was ready to go. I was in the lead for like 5 laps, and then Ty got into me and crashed everybody. Yeah.
Also, here comes Ty.
Yep, fucking Ty again. No practice Ty.
Way to go.
Can I make fun of myself for a second?
Sure.
That's all good.
Wednesday night in the league race, we're running, and I ended up it was Wednesday, right? This past week, everything meshes together, and I got in the lead for a restart, and I've only ever been in the league during officials, so I was like, I had to ask you guys. I'm like, when can I go?
It was Saturday,
when
entry league.
Yeah, the entry league. I didn't know when to go on a restart in the lead. If I had to wait for green, if it was on the leader, I didn't know how to do it.
Oh yeah, before I forget. So anybody watching that wants to join us, you can be part of Blazing Pedals kind of there. But we do Saturday races. We're a week behind our schedule, and you can run a 70% race of what we run with 2 tire sets, 50% fuel in the Xfinity cars, and you can hop in, race with us. We're looking for drivers. We're gonna expand the leagues to have actually a real entry league next year, and looking for more drivers for Blazing Pedals to fill spots, and everybody's more than welcome. We did one this Saturday. Where were we at? We were at Chicagoland, and yeah, that was an awesome race to watch. There was 24 people I think showed up, and yeah, it was great racing the whole time. Which I was surprised with a hosted one, but
yeah, and I'm hoping with the way you guys are doing that now, going into the hosted sessions, that you guys pull in some more people. I mean, you guys had some awesome drivers in there Saturday, from what I got to see and listen to. I hope you guys get to continue that to bring some. My sheep's going crazy.
Look at Tanner's face. He's like, "What?" It's his phone ringer.
I'm really hoping to see that you can bring some of these guys over to Blazing Pedals eventually, like we already did with Philip. And Philip has not disappointed, I don't feel.
And congrats on the win, Philip.
Philip has a lot of bad luck that I've seen.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
I've seen it in Blazing Pedals. I've seen it in the entry league. Philip gets caught up. He's a magnet for crashes.
I was bad luck in the entry league this week.
Yeah, you couldn't get in, right?
I had to do a last-minute errand. I got back with like 3 minutes left. Frank is in the Discord, and he's like, yeah, we're qualifying. And I'm like, I think I can maybe make it without qualifying. And I finally get there. Just my VR started, like, it was messed up, so I had to reset that. I got in. I had to wait and not be able to grid, so I waited for everybody to start, and then it would let me go. And I was feeling so rushed that I come out of the pits, and the first thing I do, as soon as I shift into second, the ass end just starts going like this, and it like slides up over the line. I've never been at Chicagoland before in my life, so I had no idea. So I go around and get the black flag for unsafe exit, get into the pits to serve my penalty, and they start changing my tires, and I'm just like, fuck it.
Oh.
I'm just like, you have no idea how hard I had to rush to get back. And I was so tempted, and I'm sure you wouldn't have done it, but I was so tempted to be like, can you delay it 10 minutes? Like, man, I was trying so hard to get back, and I was so bummed out. I was so
I've
mad.
never seen you swear in Discord, and you swore.
Oh yeah, Frank will Frank will tell you too. I was like logging in. I'm just like, because it's like I kind of had my day planned around it. I was like, this is what I want to do, and all of a sudden I had like this last minute errand that I had to run out of nowhere, and so
You probably
yeah,
would have slid
I
up
was
the
so
track and
bummed.
you had a half a piece of setup under you.
I just really wanted to do that race. I was feeling, I don't know, just really into it or whatever that day. But
Before
Linda, that was my girlfriend.
What?
So I'm gonna
Mom, you asked. Sorry to interrupt. That is Terry's text message notification. It's Peter Griffin, right, from
It is, but
Family Guy, but it sounds like
Gail
she.
was texting me.
That's weird. Corey's
Oh,
mom texts Terry.
wow.
What?
Wow. What's going on here? What's that?
Oh, Terry, where's your shirt you were supposed to wear tonight? I even told my dad about it.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, I forgot, dude.
Yeah, okay. Wear it next week.
I will. Sorry,
Right.
Corey's dad. I forgot tonight.
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm
Okay.
currently leading the points in another series. I've already talked to Michael and Corey. I want to thank y'all for letting me come on for the first hour, or ever how long y'all go on more. I will be watching it. Corey, Amanda, this is the first time I've talked to y'all in person since y'all came on board Five Kings. Thank y'all so much, for real.
Yeah,
We
no
landed
problem.
Savage Edge. I promise you, like, Michael can attest. I sent him a message saying Corey accepted. He said yes. Thank y'all. I'm not even gonna go through everybody else, but seriously, thank y'all for coming on board. Thank you for the shirts. I will get them sent out eventually. They've seriously been in my laundry
Michael
room.
says he's waiting for his.
And then
his shirt is 14 years old. No, 15 years old.
Michael, I have your
Yeah,
address.
Brady.
You should have just got a hold of me.
I know.
right, that's
Corey
what
get him out.
that's what it's beginning to be. I'm about to start charging handling fees, honestly. But
What? Handling him, just let him sit there?
yeah, right. But I do appreciate y'all bringing us back on. Michael, we'll have to finish this out. I'm sorry. I didn't know if we would go a while or not. Thank y'all for letting me come out. Amanda and Corey, Terry, it's fun racing y'all every week, and we will see y'all Sunday
buddy.
night for sure.
You know, bud.
All right, man. Thanks
Have
for
a good
coming
night,
out.
brother. Thanks.
night.
Yeah,
y'all.
good luck.
Thank y'all for letting us come. Thank you.
Not a problem, brother.
See you, buddy.
Yep. Yeah, Corey's ready, buddy. He is ready.
Yeah, is he? Oh, he's out.
There he
Yeah,
goes.
get a hold of me if you need anything.
So we're talking to Tanner Marr here. How are you, Tanner?
Oh, yeah.
Fix that.
I didn't know if he was going to be able to make it or not, or last. Apparently not. So
No, because Terry instantly popped up to Tanner's little screen
I
thing.
see. All right. I thought you. All right.
Give us a minute. Corey will get us all situated back in here again. Then we'll talk about something else stupid. Who knows?
Show break.
Yeah, commercial.
Yeah.
So, Michael, are you getting even more busier? Like, what's going on with you on your end with the paint?
I'm in a kind of a bad scheduling situation at the moment with going back to work. I just don't have as much extra time. I'm kind of working on getting my schedule figured out. I mean, obviously I know what my work schedule is, but like with my family and everything like that, I can't just go to work, come home, go to my computer and be gone, Kind of the same problem with racing and everything like that. So I think pretty much what's going to happen is it's probably going to slow down, and I'm not even sure for a while if I'll be taking brand new customers. I'll probably just stay with people that I've already worked with and things like that. Just because I feel like my lead time's getting a little bit too long. We talked about it last time that I hate making somebody even wait a week. And right now it's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, like it's just, like where I work, we have like Amazon is coming to visit Thursday. and it's just like I'm just so hammered with that, you know. And the thing that sucks is there's really almost nothing I enjoy doing more than painting these stupid cars. You know, I just have such a good time doing it. I love it, but it's definitely not done. It's just I'm gonna have to just sort of put a limit on which ones I accept and things like that, you know. And I've actually tossed around sort of an idea of taking a bunch of pre-made designs, and people could just like say, hey, I like that one, can you put this sponsor on it with this number in these colors, see if that works out a little bit. Five Kings has a young guy who's working with, his name's Jason Raymond, and he is interested in learning how to do this, so I've had it's been kind of a good time kind of helping him out with that a little bit. And I thought that if I get to the point where I can actually, you know, get some pre-made things up, he could probably give me a hand with customizing them and stuff like that.
Get some painters underneath you running the
that's
MF
kind of
designs.
what I'm doing. You know, that's what I'm
I
thinking.
mean, you
but
already got one that does the fast ones. You might as well get some other ones in.
But you know, the thing is the way this has always worked is, and you know, I mean, I'm not saying anything special, but you know, I feel like when somebody asks me to do one, they kind of want me to do it, you know.
Oh, so I don't want you to do mine anymore.
Yeah, well, I know. But you know what I mean.
I want the intern to do one.
Yeah, well, you can, hey, you know. But you know, I don't know. I'm still just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do moving forward. You know, it won't go away. It's just gonna have to change in some way. You know.
I mean, like I said, start your own like brand and get some painters underneath you and all that.
Well, I would, except for I have a ridiculous amount of like stubbornness on how everything has to be, and you
let them know.
You know? So I'm gonna have to either give that up, or you know, Mark always says stop doing free ones, and you know, yeah, I get that, you know, but you know, the thing is what I've always liked about sponsored cars and things like that is, you know, I made actually a pretty good amount of money doing this last year. It's pretty strange how much it adds up, but I don't really care about making money in it. I don't. What I like about the sponsored cars and things like that is, you know, you can ask Derek or any of those guys. What I really like is I get to sort of make what I really like, and then I say, here you go. Do you want it? It's free. You know what I mean? Whereas a lot of times when people are paying, you always get the, oh, hey, can you move that stripe up, or can you do this, or can you do that? And it's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I can, you know, but that's not how I pictured it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah, it's just you know, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to be with it, you know.
Well, depending on what happens next season, Michael, I may actually be hitting you up.
Sure.
I know my painter right now is, I don't know. Rick Hammond does all my paints for me, and he does a great job with my cars. And I'm hoping next week I might have a new car out next week, but we'll see. But depending on what happens next season, I may hit you up. I don't have a problem paying you. I don't expect you to do anything for me for free. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, you know, it's just funny, you know, like with people that I know, and you know, like you know, I've done them for Corey and I've done them for Amanda, and they offer to pay, and I'm like, I don't feel right. I feel like they do stuff for me, and I don't know, like I feel like a lot of the Blazing Pedals people, like I mean, I'm sure you've seen, but like I charge Blazing Pedals guys like half price. You know what I mean? I charge $25. I mean, normally my normal price is anywhere between 45 and 60, and you know, I actually love watching Blazing Pedals, but what I feel like I get a different experience than anyone else, because when I'm watching it, it's literally like 3/4 my artwork out there, you know?
Sure it is.
So, like, I just love it. I love it. And I have a really cool. Ty approached me about
Fuck him.
for the Michigan race, wanting to do a Michigan themed car, and I'm not even gonna tell him what I have in mind. I'm just gonna give it to him, and I think I think everybody's gonna really like that one. So
Yeah, I'll crash that one out too.
yeah,
I've seen a little bit of a preview of my car. Hopefully, if Rick gets it done this week. I want to say on the front quarter panels, it might say MF on it somewhere. Not sure yet, but I think it does.
Does it?
I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that I was telling Jason, that's the young guy in Five Kings that wants, he's working on this stuff a little bit, and he's like, "Hey, is it okay if I put your logo on my car and stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care." And he's like, "Well, I don't want, people to think that you did it and you don't like it or whatever." And I was like, "I have basically four signature spots that like I always put if you look at any of them that I do, you'll see them, behind the front wheels. You'll see my logo under the right headlight and usually on the deck lid if it's open." And I told him, I was like, "You can put it anywhere else. Just leave those spots. Don't put my logo in those spots because that's like my signature." So that's about it.
Oh, Rick, hope you heard that.
Good to know.
Yep. But
I mean,
at the same time, I wouldn't be mad. I just feel like it gives my stuff a certain look when it has them, especially like right.
Yeah, it's your calling card there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. It's just So yeah,
Well,
like I said,
Dave, I hope so.
Yeah.
So I mean, and Michael, if you look at the cars that's around us in our shop here, I mean, that's some damn good paints right there.
Yeah.
I think Corey done majority of them, didn't you, Corey?
I did 3 of them.
You done 3 of them, yeah, because Rick done mine. But you got, I think, like I said, both you guys run one of Michael's cars, I do believe.
Yeah, and we have MF on our cars.
Okay, so but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have the I don't know, patience to do this stuff, man. I would be throwing shit constantly. So
well, it's what I do for a living too. I'm a graphic designer as
right.
So it's pretty easy for for me. It's fun. It's the more challenging they are, the more fun it is. As long as I have time. When I start getting rushed for time, then I start getting frustrated. Because something's not lining up, and it's like, why? But I mean, I've actually ventured. I don't know if you've seen any of them, but I've ventured into them. Like Brian Dees's Marvel cars are usually a pretty good example of like when I decide I'm just gonna go 100% at something. Like Brian Dees's Xfinity car. I literally want to take the paint file, the TGA, and I want to blow it up and frame it. Like it looks so cool on the screen. Just the paint file looks so cool, and I loved how that came together, like with Hulk, like kind of on the edge of the hood, kind of going down the front, and then the, Captain America's shield on the side, and I don't know, like that's one of the things that I started doing is like really trying to push over those boundaries, like the edges of the templates and having weird spots meet up and. I have a blast doing that,
Oh, I love my All-Star race car. I gotta bring that paint back I gotta figure out what race, but I love that one. That one was great.
Yep, and then you guys had that episode where Amanda was saying she wanted a car that looked like a Bud Light beer can. So
I like simple cars with very noticeable colors. Obviously, I'm a Bud Light fan, hardcore. Yep. It's my favorite color. But I love my red car that Corey made, and I love my blue car that you made. And I'm going to jump back and forth between the rest of the races and the seasons. But I love it. It's simple, but it's perfect. Everything's to the T on it. And I thank you again. I love it.
Yeah. Well, like if you look at a Bud Light can, it's simple, Probably the toughest thing of Amanda's car was literally like I put like that Bud Light, I don't know what it is, some sort of an emblem behind the behind the numbers, and I spec'd that all out so that it would shine differently. And
Yeah.
and then honestly, finding the exact font that Bud Light uses was harder than you would think. But I don't think I hit it exactly either. I just got close.
Oh, it looks awesome. Yeah, it looks just like
damn
it.
close.
Custom font because I couldn't quite get it. It was close.
Yeah, and if people don't know yet, Michael Falk actually has a merchandise store. You can go to savageedge.com, check out our stores, and there's an MF Racing Design store where you can buy a bunch of stuff from Michael. He's got to send me some more files so he can put more stuff in it. But, but his designs are great, and I can't wait to see what we can do in the future together with expanding your store. We've been just going nonstop with ours too, so that's a great thing about Savage Edge, that you guys can all start a store and you can sell merchandise there now. Terry, you want to start a store? Taffy store?
And well, I was gonna say, Corey, if Savage Edge cannot handle what shirts you guys have to do, I know you've all seen some of my shirts I've been making.
It's custom work.
Yep. Michael, I'm subbing all your shit out to Terry.
Yeah, just send it all here. But
He only has about 4 colors of Sharpie, so the color swatches are pretty limited.
Can you believe he's only charging me $2 a shirt to ship?
he's got a 4-color system going. He's good.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, want me to see me make one?
So there's. Oh shit! That's supposed to be green.
Oh, that's green.
Red, blue, black. What do you guys want, man? I got the colors.
That's all Michael Falk needs. He's got that Valvoline MF Racing Designs hoodie. So you gotta buy a hoodie, and I'll give you $5 for the hoodie if you make it real quick. I got an order that came in.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. And this week, Ian Habiak asked me. I see they're kind of talking about it a little bit, but he asked me for the Photoshop file, and I'm kind of thinking like, okay, why? You know, like, crap. You know, like, does somebody want to change it or something? And he's getting a die cast made of it.
Yeah, I see a lot of people do that. Those are awesome. I was thinking about getting one, but I want the bigger. I want a bigger one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like I want to get a die cast made. Yeah,
you got
it. The one that I want to get. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get one. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, because they only sell the little ones, right? I haven't found anybody that sells the what are they, the 124ths?
That's what she said.
Well, I think they're like the normal. I'm not sure, but are they the 124? 118ths, he said. So that's pretty decent size, I think.
Oh, is that one of the nice ones?
I think that's like what you buy.
Yeah, those are the bigger ones, Corey, the 118th, I think.
Yep.
My hands are backwards.
I think that'd be really cool, you know.
I can't reach it, but I got one sitting right up here in front of me.
Yeah, like it's kind of like the collectible size, I think, you know.
What's the price on those Dave seats for the big ones?
I think they're $100, but they'll tell you.
I thought that's what they're selling the little ones for. I always thought they were the little ones they were trying to sell. Every time they pop up, I click on one, I'm like, I like that, and then Facebook's loaded with them. What do you got, Terry Bear?
There you go, it's a micro machine.
Yeah, so Terry's doing these. If you want to get your iRacing car turned into a micro machine, Terry will hand paint it for you. 4 colors. He's only got green, red, blue, and black.
It goes with this.
Taller, even.
Yeah.
My rusty wall is taller.
You got to get that auctioneer guy that they used to have on their commercials.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody's as old as me, but they used to have like micro machine commercials, and they had this auctioneer.
I remember those.
Really fast about
I love the micro machines. Who didn't?
1/200th scale, Morosco says.
I think
I don't think Ian knows what micro machines are.
Yeah, he's too young for that.
I never got into them. I was all about GI Joes.
How's that one working?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was 6.
Yeah, Amanda was in Barbies.
No.
Singing Amanda.
She looks like a Barbie girl.
Singing Amanda. I'm a
Played
Barbie girl.
I played with like Ninja
Barbie
Turtles
girl.
with my brother.
But yeah, there's actually, you know, Mark just mentioned it too. We're gonna switch him. I think he might be finally thinking about moving away from the pink thing. So.
Well, does he not want to be fast?
I guess, but I guess not. I don't know. He's going to be going purple. He wants to kind of do the FedEx look. That's who he works for, and his mom likes Denny Hamlin, so.
Ew.
So,
Yeah, Terry.
kind of fun. There you go.
Terry, what's that? Cobwebs all over the one side?
Do what?
So it looks like there was cobwebs all over the one side.
Is there? Hell, it might be. No, it's fraying real bad.
Oh, no, the other side.
No,
Oh,
no, it's just a string pulling off. Now my head's getting
yeah.
cold.
I think Terry. The reason why I took out the whole field this week was I shaved my mohawk off. It was supposed to be It was supposed to be my playoff run, and I was like, I don't think it's really working. And shave it off, and I fucking crash everybody out.
Yeah, you took away the intimidation factor.
I did. I kept the beard. I got the Be Cool T-shirt, but I got rid of the mohawk.
who was the guy with the hair? Thought he lost his power when he cut his hair. Who in hell was that?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I kind of know what you're talking about.
Mythical times.
Somebody in chat knows.
Yeah, somebody in chat should know.
Your mom said you're a tomboy.
I always was.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'll remember his name here in a little bit. Michelangelo. Really most...
Oh, who's the best Ninja Turtle?
Thanks, Nancy.
I don't even remember any of their names. Jesus, I'm 38.
How do you not know their names?
Because I haven't even watched Ninja Turtles in like 30 years.
Donatello was the best.
Michelangelo, Donatello.
Raphael, Leonardo.
Yep.
Who was the other two? Leonardo and who?
Raphael.
All right. So
Casey Jones, the sidekick, he was kind of sweet.
It's funny. We go from talking about racing cars and
Ninja Turtles.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, we can talk about turtles here.
We can't talk about turtles. They're all over the place.
We can talk about turtles here, yes.
Funny story, Terry. So we needed one of those bromine dispenser things for the hot tub. So I'm like, I'm going to get one and put the tablets in. Looked at like 3 down was a turtle. I'm like, yep. So we have a turtle floating around our hot tub now that puts the chemicals in.
You might have to send me that email or whatever the hell that is so I can get one for my pool.
Yeah. You can put chlorine in it and let it float around your pool. I think it was only like $12 too. I'm like, what? Take my money right now.
Yeah.
I've got a flamingo out there right now with chlorine in it.
We have flamingo koozies, so we can put our beers in the flamingo koozie, the little head, and it floats around the hot tub.
Yeah. We got the little. You blow them up.
Yeah,
we got them too.
They're not fun for the hot tub because they always congregate to one corner for some reason.
I've got a 5-foot flamingo out in my living room right now beside my television. My wife decided she had to have made of metal.
I have a 3-foot tall Sasquatch on my desk at work.
Hell yeah! Oh, so what's that game Mark was talking about? Is that an actual game coming out? The Bigfoot game?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's out. Yeah, they've been talking about it. My son actually has played the beta for a little while. He said it was super buggy, but they might have it done by now.
What do you do? Do you hunt Bigfoot?
Yeah, and one person is Bigfoot, I guess, and your job is to kill the people that are trying to kill you. It's just kind of like a.
Oh, it's like the Friday the 13th one with Jason.
Yeah, I think it's the same kind of concept. Yeah. I haven't played it, but it's piqued my interest.
Oh, I'm sure it has.
I've already asked my son. I was like, "Have you played this game yet?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's super buggy right now." Okay.
Ty, if you're still in here, I think I got my computer all cleaned up, so we're ready for a Tropico 6 night again, where I won't crash out an hour into it. So we're gonna do it again.
Just so you know, man, he messaged me after the race to say he's never played Tropico with me again. They wrote after never.
Well, then Ty and I can play Tropico 6 together, and you can sit out.
Well, Corey, he's not mad. He's just disappointed.
I know. He just makes me feel bad about myself all the time that Ty's disappointed in me. I don't know why. I feel so bad. If he said he was pissed, I was like, oh, whatever, dude. But I was disappointed.
Oh, you're disappointed? Ah.
So we got
Oh, well.
Indy coming up this week. How do you feel about Indy, Terry?
So last time we was there was in the ARCA car.
Yes.
Dalton beat me on the pole barely.
Oh shit, Terry's fast as fuck at Indy.
Hold on. ARCA car.
Yeah.
Remember, we're not in that car no more.
Yeah, but the setups are getting close.
Yeah, Mark is getting the setups pretty damn close to get these things to turn.
You gotta turn the steering wheel.
I'm being optimistic, actually. I'm thinking I'm going to have a fairly good race, I hope. And hope to see all four and special guest TNA driver, Walker, to see all five of us, do a halfway decent job next week.
I still have to buy the
Oh,
track.
Michael, do you see my Discord message where I had the up thing? For when, I think it was yesterday I put it in. When somebody said,
looking.
oh, because Terry put, there's no turtle on that 88. And I was like, Michael, fuck.
Yeah. You put a fucking turtle on that car.
It's a file, man.
Right on the hood.
Give me the go ahead.
Throw it on the, go ahead, right on the hood.
Michael, I got that turtle trademarked. You cannot use it.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Well, actually, Sam posted that thing in Discord or whatever. There's actually a racetrack that uses the same logo.
Yeah,
but
I've seen that.
They actually used the PNG I kind of stole it from that they sent me, but I actually redid the whole logo so it actually could vector out and would print awesome instead of the pixelated shit they were using.
Oh, you redrew it?
Yeah, I went over the whole thing in Illustrator and redrew the whole thing.
Yeah, you did good. I love that logo. I think it's sweet.
Oh, I do too. It's awesome. You see, Dale Sr. loves it. He was wearing it last night. They didn't get it too good on the broadcast, but if you looked in the driver in cars, we acquired a stand-up of Dale Earnhardt Sr., and he was wearing a Sanchez Racing shirt and a Teenage Motorsports hat.
Saw that.
I know the setup is out. I've already downloaded it, Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Nobody's been practicing.
Thank you, and thank you for getting everything out really quick, Mark, this week. Appreciate that.
Oh man, and ASRL is at Daytona this week.
Hell yeah! You joining in, Michael?
What's that?
So you gonna join in?
Oh,
yeah. I'm trying to get off.
Well, I might end up with a lot of people disappointed with me.
Hopefully, I'm not one of them. Because
I'm usually nervous when I can't see in front of me. When all I see is the ass end of a car, I get pretty nervous.
You know, Ty just set the bar high. Like anytime somebody crashes me this season, I'm just be like, "Yeah, I was pretty disappointed that happened."
Yeah. Just on the disappointed
yep,
side.
You
here.
just gotta say you're disappointed. You're not mad. You're not pissed. You're just disappointed.
No, I'm mad at you.
No, Mark.
I'm disappointed in the 44's attendance at Shop Talk.
Well, he's awake now. We just got a text from him. You guys.
Oh, did he?
Too. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
he finally woke up. He was sleepy.
Yeah, poor baby.
Sleepyhead.
Yeah, he's making fun of Terry in a text.
He is, and that's okay. That's all right. He helped me get that, just as you guys did.
Terry, how was your smoking going today? How'd that go?
Oh my God.
Oh, you were so excited about it?
Oh man, yeah. I when my wife got home, I actually had it off the cooker. By the time she got home, I was pulling it apart, and I sat down to eat dinner with her. I had one sandwich. It's like I already ate half of this fucking thing today. There's no way I can eat any more. So as it was cooking, I was kind of getting off the sides of the bits.
Yeah, is this done?
Well, and the Bud Lights was tasting really good with it. So.
Yeah, was it hot there today? We were fucking 90 today.
It was really humid here today. So yeah, it was up in the high 80s, but it was very humid. So yeah, so the beer was tasting very, very scrumptious at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever hell time I started.
8:30 a.m.
Well, I started the smoker at 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why not crack one when you start it?
The thought was there, but I knew I had to run into town and buy some stuff. So with my license, I better not be driving and drinking. So I waited.
103 there, John Perkins. Ew.
No, Mark, I was joking. We didn't practice yet.
And he heard these. I said that too. So anyway, but yeah, I'm sure I'll get a practice in maybe tomorrow morning, depending on what Mr. Bockover wants to do.
Yeah, I'm happy Wednesdays at Daytona because I don't have to focus on trying to learn a new track for that and then
You know it's a
trying to
road
learn
course,
Indy.
right?
Wait, it's the road Daytona Wednesday?
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm
didn't know
kidding.
that?
You're kidding, right?
No,
I
we're
don't-
doing
I don't know.
we're doing
I
Daytona
honestly
Road.
don't know.
I know.
I
Either
know
way,
road.
I'm going to be disappointing. Either way.
I know the road, but like I can now commit more time to Indy if it's not. So
Hey, who
but
the
I
hell's
I
mean,
this-
have to buy it.
you got 2 days to learn it.
Who the hell's this Corey Rutherford guy joining in?
Ty,
Like
don't
Tyson
ruin the
Rabbit?
joke. God, Ty, I'm disappointed you ruined the joke.
Thank you, Ty. Ty's my favorite.
I'm just so disappointed in him right now.
Ty could be the dick.
Ty, I'll make
correcting
sure
me.
Corey stays away from you. If I see him coming close to you again next race, I'll spin him for you.
Why? Me and Ty used to crash each other all the time. I think 1 season or 2 seasons ago. It was
Oh,
fun.
Amanda, don't say that. You're an admin. You can't be saying that shit.
I know.
Yeah, Amanda.
Ask me. I'll tell you.
Ty, I'm wrecking you again. I'm only entry league.
So, Michael, I do want to ask you. You're doing the entry league, and I think you are running ASRF, correct?
Yeah, I do ASRL every week, and I do entry league when I can. Because
So,
it's Saturday afternoon, and I have 4 kids, so it can be
so
tough.
the question I have: are we going to see Michael Falk Racing run a BPL next season?
I want to, but I have to get a lot better, and a lot better. So
Come on, man.
Things happen. I
feel like-
mean, I was god awful and petrified. I admitted that my foot would shake on the gas pedal the first few races, and you just do it and fight through it.
It's funny. It's not
You
so
guys-
much nerves. It's like I'm a second and a half slower than everybody, and I feel like I'm on the edge. You know what I mean? And Mark has helped me quite a bit. Like he'll just kind of pop in and just be a voice in my head and trying to tell me what to do, and and that's been really helpful. But man, I go to ASRL and I feel like I'm like on the edge, and I'm just watching everybody just get further away, and it's just like it's kind of frustrating, but at the same time I'm doing it to have fun. So if I can get to the point where everybody, like Mark, I'd have to talk to a few people and just see if they felt comfortable with me doing it, but I'd love to do it. But
Have you
Yeah.
seen me on a short track in BPL where I get past like 11 laps in a row and I'm yelling in the garage that this is fucking torture and I don't want to do it? Like, that's
Yeah.
me every single short track.
And I'll tell you, like Aaron and Brian Dees can tell you too, man. Like it was New Hampshire a couple weeks ago in ASRL. I self-spun because I went and got new tires, and all of a sudden I'm thinking like, whoa, I'm fast now. So like I'm coming out of turn 4, I think, and I just burped it a little bit too hard, thinking, I'm some kind of badass. I'm gonna catch up. I'm like 2 laps down probably, and self-spun, and then Aaron into me, and then it's like I have this memory of just like the slow motion of seeing like Brian's 17 just like T-boning Bach over and just destroying, and I'm just like, I just like killed both of those guys. I felt like such shit about it. You know what I mean? But both of those guys were like, both of them were like, well, that was my fault. And I was like, no, it's the idiot that self-spun. That it was his fault. Like Brian Dees, he's like, well, I should have been paying attention. I shouldn't have hit. And it's like, no, dude, it shouldn't have happened to begin with. You know what I mean? Like that's how I'm really hard on myself with that stuff, and I need to not be, but I am. And I try to be as absolutely respectful as I can because I don't want to be in the way, and I don't want to be a weapon. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be as good as Mark Arthur. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be that. So
shit, you had to say his name.
I'm just kind of it's just the first name, but like I kind of have fun, and there's just no way I don't think I'm ever going to get to the point where I can do this 5 nights a week, and you know what I mean? I just don't think. I
Well,
just
heck, I mean, I'm in the same boat you are. I know unless everybody crashes out or I have, somehow miraculously the only one with gas left at the end, I'm not getting a win. But the more I do it, the better I'm getting, the more comfortable I'm getting and learning everything and learning all the tracks. So, I mean, if I didn't get in the BPL, I would probably race once a month, maybe an official here or there, and I wouldn't be where I'm at. And I'm not even at any place spectacular, but you force yourself into it and you find the right person who meshes up with the way you need to be spoken to with training. Like I love that Corey and Terry and Aaron and Mark and everybody gives me tips. And I'm not even throwing anybody's name out there, but there's somebody in chat who gives me a lot of pointers and tips on the side that actually settles in more in my mind and helps me learn the tracks and how to drive it because they kind of word it a little simpler for me.
yep.
So it might just be somebody else saying it to you or jumping in with you.
And that's, to be honest,
Definitely
like
not Ty.
one of the one of the Five Kings members, since this is the Five King show, Josh Sexton, he's super helpful to me, Like Saturday night, I tried to do that tour modified money race that they did. And of course I self-spun and blew my engine, so I had to tow in, had to do a fast repair, and then I came out and I just felt like I was on ice. And the pot was like $400, and I was like, all right, I know it's like a cardinal sin amongst all these guys to quit, but I am gonna take somebody out who's actually got a chance to win money. So I had to back out. So later on, uh I had to have fun on iRacing that day. Like I was like, dude, today sucked because of the story I told you earlier about the entry league thing, and then I had that money race, so it just all sucked. So like I jumped into Pocono practice with Josh Sexton, and he was sort of coaching me, and I was getting some pretty decent times, and it was like a good time. It was just a lot of fun, And it's like finally today. But yeah, Sexton has just been a big help. Long story short. Sexton he's a big help to me too. So
So,
That's kind of
Michael,
what we
one
had to do for Terry he was all pissed off right before the race there because he couldn't figure it out, and then started texting us, and then he wrote in Discord, "Fuck the Xfinity cars" or whatever he said. But then
fuck the Xfinity
yeah, we're like, just ask us, man. I'm like, we'll fucking help you. I'll tell you where I let off, where Amanda lets off, where Aaron lets off. We'll get in your cockpit, tell you what to do. I do that with Amanda sometimes when she struggles on tracks.
Everybody-
and it helped.
Yeah, I get in her
A lot.
cockpit. I'm like,
Go
okay.
through-
I'm like, you see that over to the right? I'm like, start letting off there, hitting the brake a little bit, start getting back on there when you see that. And
Yep.
it's just all everybody working together.
Everybody in this whole Blazing Pedals family has been nothing but helpful to me. I mean, like I said, even like in like Rick's ASRL races and stuff, it's like I'm terrible. I'm trying to stay out of people's way and not look too terrible and stuff like that. But I still get like Rick Thompson will send me a message and be like, "Hey man, I'm really glad you were out there, and it's just encouraging, It's because it's like
It is.
in my head, it's like I suck so bad that I need to sell this stuff and just forget it. And I have people that are like, "Oh, I was worse than that when I started and stuff," and it's like, well,
Well,
you know,
did you
true or
watch the
not, I hope
race
that,
last night? Like
Yeah.
some of our better drivers took out the entire field.
Yeah,
or
like that
almost
one
the
of
entire
Ty
field.
Morasco. I mean, he's in chat. He's watching Shop Talk right now. He took out the whole field last night, and he doesn't
Yeah.
feel bad about it. So you don't need to feel bad about taking out the whole field.
I mean, my Ty, it's all right, man.
So,
We're all
Michael,
friends here, Ty.
one thing we do stress at Blazing Pedals, and I know you've heard it from me, probably from Mark and some others. We don't care how fast you are. We really don't. We just want you to be safe. Run, and I've said it many times in write-ups, run where you're comfortable. If it's 15th, run 15th. If it's 25th, run 25th. That's the only thing I can tell you to do. I mean, but I think it would be great to have you next season if your stuff's up there and ready to come in, I think it'd be great addition to Blazing Pedals having you in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to, but like I said, it's just something I'll just have to evaluate as it's getting closer. I just it's again, and I know there's other people with kids in here and stuff too, but just like my dynamic is, it's just Sundays, Saturdays. I mean, they can be really unpredictable. I mean, it can just be so unpredictable. I can find out at 6:30 that one of my kids was told that I would drive him an hour somewhere, and I didn't even, you know what I mean? Like, oh, really? Because that's kind of what happened before the entry league race Saturday. It's like, you got to get to the pharmacy before 2, and it's like,
what?
Really, it's more important, But like, I understand. Like, I don't get mad about it, because it's like, I mean, nobody's doing it on purpose, but it's just, it's like, I'm dad, and that's what I do. So.
Well, no, you just need that seat time in, and you'll get up there. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have was it Thursday night we did like a practice race for that money race in the tour mods at Phoenix. And if anybody in here wants to have like a ton of fun in iRacing, drive the tour mods at Phoenix. It's just a really fun combo. And that was a blast. That's when I like paid my $15 to do the Saturday night one, because I was like, oh dude, that was so much fun. I'm not gonna win, but I just want to be in it. It was just fun. And I painted up a car to in like honor like my favorite metal band and all that stuff. It was just gonna be kind of fun, and I was just, all of a sudden, it was the same setup, it was all the same, and I was just straight up on ice. Like, it was just, I don't know what it was, and I'm having wheel problems. I blah blah blah. Like I said, like my ratio kind of got messed up, super touchy, and because I'm having a problem where like my wheel through the course of a race will just start orienting differently.
Well, that's
like, it still works. It still works, but you'll go to like hit your buttons and you're like, where the hell is it? Because I got the VR on.
You said that once a couple weeks ago, I think during, I don't remember if it was ASRL or something, but you said your wheel was like completely in the other direction, wasn't it?
It'll orientate to like 10 o'clock, like a full rotation to 10 o'clock. And then that's where it sits. That's where it centers. And it'll be fine. It's the weirdest thing, because it'll be fine in practice. It'll be just fine. And then you'll get into a race, and as you're gridding, you'll actually feel it go, and like pulls over.
Oh, Jesus.
That ain't good.
No, that's not good.
Like, Mark's always like, well, it's just, you got to have some kind of setting wrong. It's like, well, what setting? What setting would be, hey, I work good during practice, but as soon as you grid up, I turn. You know what I mean? Like, I maybe there is. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super weird that it does that.
Yep. But, I mean, I get, it's not that big of a deal as long as you kind of figure out where it is, so you know where your buttons are.
Well, still, when you spend all that time practicing with your equipment in a certain way, like I struggled for a while, and we still haven't figured it out. When you get in and you center yourself in the car, get yourself looking at the windshield the way you want, all of a sudden, an hour into practice or into a race, it just readjusts, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't see over the hood. Yeah. And it shifts all around on me every few weeks. It'll like reposition 4 or 5 times during a race, and that's when you just see me kind of go ape shit on the track. And other reasons.
You can get away with it you can pretty well get away with it as long as you're paying attention, like I said, to where your buttons are. But Friday night we did a next gen race, and you paddle shift those. And so to downshift, you're up here at like 3 o'clock to downshift, and to upshift you're down here, and you're it's just so stupid. I'm like, come on,
but the next turn it might be backwards, or you're trying to downshift or upshift, you actually hit the damn downshift and blow the car.
Yeah. So I mean, that's you just kind of, it's like something else that you have to remember. You have to remember, like, all right, to downshift, it's completely opposite of what it would normally be. But I don't know. It's Chris is saying it's probably a driver problem. I don't know. Maybe I need to uninstall it, reinstall it. He's actually saying driver, me. Problem,
I don't think he's talking about your computer.
Of course, Chris. Yeah.
No, it is frustrating because when my thing would reset on me and reposition, I think I yelled out once, and I don't think he heard it. But I'm like I don't suck enough. I needed to keep repositioning while I'm trying to drive in a race 10 laps down.
That's kind of how I feel. I'm like, you got guys like Jamie Walker out there, and his shit's just working. Well, you can't use Jamie as an example of that this year.
Yeah, he has
but,
worked perfect.
Like, yeah, all right, Derek or whoever, they're out there and their shit just works perfect, and I'm like just trying to get around the track, and my wheels turning the other way, and I'm like, yeah, let's just add that into it. Let's just add a little bit more to it.
Well, Michael, we're about to end this up. Terror Bear's got to go to bed. Who do you want to give a plug out to? Tell us about how we can get one of those special MF Racing designs.
Man, you gotta go to savageedge.com. Was it /MF Racing Designs? Is that right, Corey?
I think it's MF Racing Store.
You'll find it. You'll find it.
Yeah, just go to savageedge.com. Check out our stores.
I really want to get a lot more designs up there. I'm hoping that maybe that'll be a little extra supplemental thing that I can do a little bit faster. And like I said, I'm a graphic designer, and I consider myself an artist or whatever. But like that sounds so pretentious or whatever. But like I want to do some things that people think are cool, and I really hope that like they'll check the store out and just kind of look back frequently. Right now, I have like a team shirt and a team hoodie and a few things on there that are pretty cool. But I got some. I have some pretty cool ideas that we're going to be getting on there. And of course, I gotta thank you guys, Corey, Amanda. Like you guys have just been really helpful, and it's just been nice getting to know everybody. And of course, I got to thank everybody. With Five Kings and everything like that, they've been super supportive. All my guys that I've sponsored, I mean, even the OG Nick Okie, glad to see he's been out there. He's actually been doing all right, just getting caught up in shit, but
yeah,
that's his MO. That's what happened to him last year. Remember, I was just getting into watching this, and he'd be in 4th place or something. And I'm like, all right, Nick, he's the only guy out there that I know. And all of a sudden it's just spinning, and it's like, shit, but I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that's watching, everybody that has ordered paints from me, people that are waiting on them right now. I'll get to them. I just, like I said, I have a little bit of scheduling that I have to figure out yet, and just kind of see where my consistency is.
Oh yeah, definitely. So everybody check out MF Racing Designs on Facebook. His store is on savageedge.com, so go to there and go to savageedge.com, the Savage Edge store, because you can pick up this Be Cool t-shirt. It's got the little lions in between.
Chris is giving you plugs.
Yeah, thanks Chris for plugging us.
Thanks, Chris. He's like producer Chris.
Yeah. I was actually a funny story, Chris, when Backover was doing his interview. I was like, what are you, Mr. Corporate now? I'm like, you should have messed up, be like, 44% off a butt kicker if you put in Blazing. I'm like, you should have just said something outrageous for the percentage off.
67% off.
It was like he was reading off a paper. I'd never heard him do butt kicker before with the 20% off, so it made me laugh.
Love it. Yeah. Yep. So.
Were you going to say something, Amanda? You look like you were going to say something.
No, I was just gonna say that's what I love about this league. Like, it's not just, everybody says it's not just jumping in and racing. Like, I used to make fun of them last year. I'm like, wait, you just fucking sit around and talk to these guys like after the races and then watch your race again and stuff. And now that I'm actually part of it, I'm like, can we watch the broadcast again? He's like, we all watched it already. I'm like, can we watch Shop Talk again? I had fun listening to what he had to say. And I really enjoy talking to all you guys, reading the comments, getting to know people. Like, I was dying laughing, watching him make fun of Ty, playing his NASCAR game the other night. I was over here working on my computer, and I really enjoy all the time that I spend with all you guys.
Truly is a really good group of guys. I'm really glad like I said, through Nick, kind of stumbled into this, and yeah, it's really been cool. I feel like I've met a lot of new friends. You know what I mean? It's really neat. Everybody's just really cool with each other, and I really like that. it's really cool.
No, we
Everybody's
enjoy
very
what you're
supportive
doing
of
for
each other.
everybody too, man. The cars look great out there every week on the track.
Thanks, man. I got to get some new ones out there. Got to get some new ones going, but
Oh yeah. All right, so I think that's all from us at Shop Talk, episode number 20. Terry, we hit 20. Can you believe that? All right, so next week we have Ian Havia coming on, possibly his
Ian.
dad. So it's going to be the
Nice.
PG episode.
Yeah.
So tune in next week, 8 o'clock Eastern. And thanks for coming on, Michael. Thanks for Tanner coming on earlier. I know he had to race. He messaged me earlier about that. He's like, I'm like first in the points. I'm like, dude, do what you got to do. I'm like, it's no big deal. So we had our Five Kings night here. Thank you, Terry Bear, for joining in. You're this way.
I got the banner, bitches.
You have more
Got the
loyalty. You have more loyalty
can
than
take
that
that away from you,
44.
I
Yep.
know.
You showed up, Terry. Thanks for showing up.
That's why
nobody
we're
can
buddy.
take that banner away.
Yep.
That's
Terry
right.
Bear's got the banner. Woo! Hopefully it
So
continues in
funny.
Indy.
Remember that, Terry. Every time you want to look back, episode 20.
Yep. Episode number 20.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
He's
yeah.
saying, fuck you, episode 20, 21, 22, 23. I got the banner.
You're gonna look through the episodes. The episodes will be archived, and it's gonna go from 19 to 21. 20's just gone.
Yeah.
That's
I'm going to
totally-
delete
I
that
don't know what
one.
happened.
Aaron got
Oh,
it and
what do you
deleted
mean
it
that?
for some reason.
It's crazy.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys,
good.
and we will see you guys. Oh, everybody, tune in this Sunday. We're racing Indy Wednesday. Savage Edge Racing and TNA will be putting up the ASRL race for Daytona, so that should be fun. So we will see you guys next week.
Have a
Bye,
good night.
guys.